test.
Start of game one here, first inning. Ryan Grunwald, Cannon Coakley.
Well, welcome to another evening of Maquoketa Cardinals baseball. The Maquoketa Cardinals team is in Mount Vernon tonight here at Cornell College Field to take on the Mount Vernon Mustangs.
Beautiful night here.
Number 4, the catcher, Ryan Grunwald.
Maquoketa coming in 7-11 overall, 6-4 in the WaMaC. Mount Vernon is 8-6 overall, 4-7 in the WaMaC. Well, I had those backwards. Mount Vernon 6-4 in the WaMaC. We're 4-7. I would take a 6-4 record right now in conference. And Ryan Grunwald, the leadoff batter, takes called strike one. And the second pitch is curveball high, 1-1. Ryan batting .333 on the season. Had a little bit of a scare at the end of last week with a hand injury, but it's all healed up over the weekend, and he's able to play here tonight.
Bounce back quick on that.
And the 1-1, called ball 2.
Pretty close one there.
On the hill for the Mustangs is Matt Martin, a senior. This will be his fourth start, fifth appearance, 2-2 overall, 11 1/3 innings, 3.71 ERA with 12 walks, 16 strikeouts.
Ball 3 to Ryan.
And the 3-1 from Martin to Grunwald. Called low, ball 4. Maybe it's just the angle we're sitting at, because that looked pretty good, and so did the other one. He called the ball.
That one I think was a little low. The other one looked like it was a pretty good pitch.
This press box kind of at a leveling angle, really.
Yeah.
Almost directly behind the action, as you can see from the camera. Not as high up as in other places. So Maquoketa with a good start with a walk to Grunwald. Brings up senior Kane Kopp, center fielder.
Swings at the curveball and fouls it off.
Kane Kopp hitting .319 with 8 RBIs. Has also 7 walks against 6 strikeouts. And Martin with the 0-1. Nope, he's going to check Grunwald at first, back in time. There's a curveball in there called strike 2. Looks like he's got a decent hook on him, doesn't he?
He's got sharp breaking ball.
Got a little bit of velocity on it as well. And the 0-2 to Kopp. Swung on, ground ball out towards third. It's going to be tough to get Kopp with his speed. Grunwald safe at second, so an infield hit by Kopp. With no outs, Cardinals have 2 on. They'll bring up Cannon Coakley, and the sophomore is hitting .306 with 12 RBIs. Has 12 walks and 12 strikeouts. And Martin will start Coakley off with a fastball, and it's out towards second base. A little looper caught. Tries to check Kopp at first base, but he's back in time. So 1 down for the Cardinals. Grunwald still at second and Kopp at first.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 5, Jack Dostal.
I'll bring up shortstop here in game 1, Jack Dostal. Jack hitting .333. Has 1 RBI, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Martin will start off Dostal with an off-speed pitch just outside, 1-0.
Breaking ball broke away.
Another one of these umpires, you got to wait an extra 2.5 seconds to know what the heck it was.
Martin's thrown a lot of breaking balls so far.
And the 1-0. Swung on. That's going to drop. That's going to score at least Grunwald. Kavanaugh's waving him on. He's got Kane coming to third and not in time on the throw and the tag. So Grunwald scores to make it 1-0. Jack with the RBI single. And Kopp ends up at third.
Big hit by Jack there to get him on the board in the first inning.
Good start, good start. I'll bring up designated hitter tonight. Hitting for the right fielder Thomas Crossland, senior Bryce Hansen. Bryce hitting .244, has 7 RBIs, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts. Checks the runner back at first. Close play over there.
Close, yeah.
I don't think Jack was expecting that by the reaction.
Yeah, quick move too.
Checks him again. Back again. Beautiful night here, though. It's not hot. Nice breeze coming in here.
Sun shining.
That sun took all day to come out. I almost second-guessed myself when I got in my car and sun was out. I was like, I should have wore shorts. Called strike 1 to Bryce Hansen. I'm already behind on the scoreboard, Coakley.
Another close one. Big off attempt at first.
Where's Kai? I always thought he liked running the scoreboard in baseball because it was easy. But it's not easy at times. And the 0-1 to Hansen. Swing and a miss.
Jack goes.
Quick throw down to the pitcher. And Jack will be easily at second base. So 1 down. Kopp at third. Hansen at second, or Jack Dossel at second. Cardinals with a 1-0 lead. Here in the top of the first. Martin with the pitch, swung on, ground ball. Out to third.
Gonna score a run.
Had to double clutch it over there. He does get the run and an RBI. And the Cardinals have a 2-0 lead. 2 down now with Dostal still at second. I'll bring up second baseman, sophomore Peyton Mangler, hitting .222. He has 4 RBIs, 13 walks, and 16 strikeouts. Swung on, and the obligatory Mangler foul down the right field line.
That one's on the roof, I think.
I swear, every at bat, I didn't really realize it until I overheard some of the players talking about it the other night. I'm like, you know what? You're right. It does foul off a lot to the right. Big curveball stays high. Ball 1, 1-1. See, I'm behind on the scoreboard again. I still at 1. Now I got to go to 2. Foul off to the right. Count goes to 1 and 2. Another busy week for MCSN, but not as busy as next week coming up. More on that in a moment. And swung on out to second base, and second baseman's going to have an easy toss over to the third baseman. That will end the inning. But the Cardinals do get 2 runs. There was 2 hits, 1 runner left, no errors. We'll head to the bottom of the first. We come back on MCSN. And back here at Mount Vernon on MCSN, and Mustangs will have the center fielder Blake Booth to lead off against Cannon Coakley on the mound for the Cardinals. And Cannon will start him off ball high at the belt, 1-0. Blake Booth, senior, hitting .237. And the count is at 2-0.
Yes. Inside 3-0.
There's a strike. 3-1 to Booth. He'll be followed by the second baseman Ryan Clark and the shortstop Paul Ryan.
3-2.
So battling back from 3-0 back to full now. And high and outside to walk Booth. Ball 4.
And for the Mustangs, number 3.
So I'll bring up Ryan Clark,
Ryan Clark.
senior, batting .205 on the season. Has 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. And has a very small strike zone.
He does.
And the 1-0 from Coakley. Swung on out towards right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Booth will head to third. The throw goes wide of third base. So Booth is in at third on the hit. And Clark ends up at second on the overthrow at third. So,
Paul Ryan.
who was that? Peyton that made that throw over there?
Jack.
Jack. So E6 on the throw.
Thomas, it might have been a little deep on that one. Still looked like he was a long ways out there, didn't he?
Anyway, second and third now for the Mustangs quickly here in the top of the bottom of the first. Swung on, fouled away by Paul Ryan. And Mr. Ryan hitting .244 with 5 walks, 8 strikeouts for the senior. And ground ball down first baseline, 0-2.
That's where that walk kills you, that leadoff walk.
Our left fielder didn't back up the third baseman either, so that didn't help on that.
Was our pitcher there?
No, he was out by shortstop for some reason. I think so. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I was more interested in watching our left fielder just watch. And I know he watches this that when he lays in bed when he gets home, or whenever he gets to see it, and he'll hear that. Don't ever do it again, Mays.
Umpires aren't checking the ball after it hit off the brick wall of the building.
Yeah, scuffs are good. Scuffs will help. And Ryan will step out. Coakley's still unsure of the sign, so let's try it again. Booth at third, Clark at second. Curveball. See, that's where that scuffed helped. That had a lot of break on her, but it wasn't breaking enough into the strike zone, so it goes 1-2. And there's a ground ball chopper down third base. Rader charges in, throws it to first. Nice throw to get Paul Ryan. Not an easy task for the out. They do succeed the run to make it 2-1. Maquoketa is still on top.
Number 6, first baseman, Jack Cragenbrink.
So first baseman Jack Cragenbrink, the junior, will come up, batting .357, 13 RBIs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. This kid's always been a killer against us too. Remember last year he had quite a few hits against us, if I remember right. And he'll foul off and back, 0-1. There's a hard ground ball out towards second. Gets underneath Mangler into right field. That'll tie things up as Clark scores from third. And Kragenbrink has a single. And he'll be at first base.
1 out here.
Bring up the pitcher, Matt Martin. Matt, a senior, hitting .283 with 9 RBIs, 8 walks and 8 strikeouts. And he'll sky one high up in the air. And
4-2.
Liam couldn't catch it, and then we throw it out to center field. And those are the ones that kill you. So 2 errors on the play. And Kragenbrink lucks out and ends up at second. So only 1 down. Tie score 2-2. See, I'm behind on that again, so I get an E in the booth. Called strike 1 to Cale Merrill, the DH. Cale batting .111. 3 of 27 on the season with 6 walks and 8 strikeouts. Ball 1 evens at 1-1. Coakley kind of held his leg up there a little bit when he was looking back a second, didn't he?
Yeah, he did the last 2 pitches.
2 and 1.
He's mad, I can tell.
And 3 and 1. I try not to be too critical, but on that what are you going to say? I mean, that has to be caught.
Has to be caught.
And where did that miss? Oh, no, he did get it. Let's see. It couldn't have missed by anything. So 3-2, full count to Merrill. And tie score 2-2. Mustangs still have 2 runners on, only 1 out, and fouls off at 3-2. And Coakley, unfortunately, racking up the pitches here in the first.
Yeah.
Our kingdom for a double play here. Good throw. Trying to check the runner at second. What's going on with the train schedule? It's been more than 10 minutes. I ain't seen a choo-choo. Coakley will try and throw back again. That time they got him. So 2 down. That'll help. Be a big lift to get Merrill right here. Keep this as a tie score. And now they're going to try and steal from it's ball 4.
So not the inning you're hoping for here to start after getting a 2-0 lead. How many pitches has he thrown? 30?
22. This would be 23. That's what I got anyway. I'm not going to say that's official. I'm trying to be official, Chad. Nick Casey, the catcher, will be up. Fastball's high and inside, ball 1.
He's not falling through. He's leaving everything up today.
He's trying to get that extra velocity on it, take care of things himself.
That's why they're hitting him, too. He's leaving it up.
Casey hitting .135. 2 RBIs, 7 walks, 8 strikeouts. Called strike 1, evens at 1-1. And the 1-1 from Coakley takes a second look out second. It's high, ball 2. There's a high pop up in the infield. Time to redeem yourself. Lawnon will come up and make that catch for the 3rd out, but not before the Mustangs tie it up with 2 runs on 2 hits. there was 3 errors and 2 left on base. We'll be back for the top of the second. We come back on MCSN. So the Cardinals have 7, 8, 9 up here in the top of the second. Leading off will be Caden Scott, left fielder. Caden, a senior, batting .270 with 6 RBIs, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. And the first pitch from Martin swung on out into center field. That's going to drop in for a single.
Good start.
Well, you know, him and I had a long talk at lunch today about hitting. I'm glad I can rub off on him a little bit. I'll take credit. I'll bring up the first baseman, Liam Onen. Liam batting .138, 2 RBIs, 7 walks, and 13 strikeouts. He's going to square to bunt, and bunt's no good. Scott will have to retreat back to first and is in safely. So 0-1 to Onen. Scott at first, and he listened to me. He went and got the splint finally. After tweaking that wrist again the other night, not wearing it on the base pass. I told him he had to wear that rest of the year.
That's probably a good idea.
And the curveball's high, and Scott will have to retreat back again. So 2-2 the score, top of the second here in Mount Vernon. No outs, Cardinals with the runner on first. Now Cade's got to get back.
Ooh. Not sure on that one. I'm not sure on that one.
Gets quickness from his mother, not me. And that one's fouled away. Sad, you know, if they only knew how he actually runs, they wouldn't be worried about throwing over to first, though, either. Oh, trust me, I'll hear about it. Oh, that looked high, but called strike 3 to Onen. 1 down.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 7, Mitchell Rader.
So Mitchell Rader, third baseman. Hitting .172 with 1 RBI, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. We'll be up with 1 down, and Caden will have to retreat again. Well, I see he finally got smart, and he's going to go with the right hand instead of the left hand into the bag. Fastball just outside. 1-0. Back.
That one just went to a knee and touched the bag.
You know what? I did that. I ain't thinking about it. It was just habit, old habit breaking out there. I haven't done that all year. And the 1-0. Called strike one, 1-1. Inside. That is not a good decision, but it works out. Get back. Alert the media. Caden Scott has a stolen base.
That nearly hit Raider. It's pretty close.
Was the Maquoketa press here for that one? Because that should be on the front page. And 2-1 to Raider.
Ball low. That's pretty good.
I'm trying to figure out this guy's strike zone a little bit. I'm having a difficult time picking up.
You guys see, or they look pretty good from over there? Yeah, that's
We just wonder if we just not an angle we're used to or something over here. Swung on and popped up around the right field line. It's going to go foul and no play. So 2-2 to count to Raider. Mitchell's really on top of that plate in this event, isn't he?
He is.
So full count to Raider. Swing and a miss. 2 down. So 2 down. Tie score 2-2 here in the top of the second. Scott at second, and they'll bring up Ryan Grunwald, who walked to open the game. Has 6 RBIs on the season. Looking for number 7 here. Martin with the pitch. Curveball.
Called it a strike. I think
That looked high.
a little high. He's not calling the fastballs that high.
We're gonna have to watch the peanut gallery over there.
Yeah.
Swing on, ground ball out to short. Ryan with quick glove on the crazy hop and high throw, but it's gloved to end the inning. So for the Cardinals to get 1 hit, no runs, there was no errors, and 1 left on. We'll head to bottom of the second when we come back on MCSN. So we head to the bottom of the second. Score tied 2-2. And Coakley will start off Kyle Woods, the right fielder, with ball one outside. Kyle Woods, a senior. Only his second bat of the season. He's 0 for 1.
This will be Cannon's first road start pitching.
There's a ground ball down third base line. They're going to say foul.
Close.
Yeah, I thought that might have been fair, to be honest with you, but
Evens account at 2-2.
when did Cannon throw last week? I was trying to think of
Monday.
that. Was it Monday?
He's not falling through well tonight.
So full count to Woods.
It's Monday against Independence.
That's right. For some reason I was thinking we played Dyersville this last Monday. That's fouled away. Stays 3-2. You know, you get to halfway of the season, they all start running together a little bit.
They do. It all happens quick.
It's called strike 3.
It looked like that same low fastball.
If they're going to call it down there, keep throwing it down there.
He hasn't been calling that pitch, I don't think. Where are they at the order here?
This is number 9 hitter,
9 here.
Colby Volsky, the third baseman. Junior, hitting .297, 6 RBIs, 8 walks, 10 strikeouts. Coakley starts him out with a 1-0 count, and ball low and outside, 2-0.
He's falling behind a lot tonight.
Inside and low, 3-0. Yeah, you're going to rack up pitches. You're going to fall behind. Called strike 1, 3-1. And it's going to be inside ball 4. So back to the top of the order with Blake Booth, center fielder, who walked to start off the lineup for the Mustangs. Coakley will start him out. Fastball. Outside corner of the plate. Called strike 1.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it looked to be a couple inches off the plate from here. And the 0-1 down low, smothered by Grunwald, keeps Volsky at first. 1-1 to count. Fouled away. 1-2. Off speed pitch outside. 2-2. Another little off speed. It's going to be just a dribbler down third base. Everybody's going to be safe with the infield hit by Booth. That'll bring up second baseman Ryan Clark, who singled and advanced to second on an error back in the first inning. And fouled away down the right-hand side, 0-1. And the 0-1 from Coakley. He double checks back the runner at second base. Swung on out to right field, curving away from Crossland. It's going to drop, get by him. That's going to score 1, and here comes the second. The tag is on. No, oh, thought they might call him out on that, but it looks like he avoided the tag and reached out with the arm to score. So 2 RBIs for Ryan Clark on a double to right field.
Now batting for the Mustangs, number 5, shortstop, Paul Ryan.
So that'll make it 4-2, Mount Vernon on top here in the bottom of the second. And they'll bring up shortstop Paul Ryan, who grounded out to third in his first at bat.
I still think Thomas playing too deep and right.
Curveball called, strike 1.
Both those that that kid hit should have been caught.
1-1 to count to Coakley. Or from Coakley to Ryan. Go, Paul. 2-1, that one's called low. Ryan Clark out at second. There's a line drive foul down the first base line. Evens count 2-2. Curveball, ground ball out towards second. Mangler has it over to first for the out. That'll move Clark over to third. 2 down.
Next up for the Mustangs, number 6, first baseman, Jack Cragenbrink.
That'll bring up Cragenbrink, who singled back in the first inning. Two down, 4-2. Mustangs on top of Maquoketa. Coakley starts out with fastball outside corner, called strike 1.
No, that hurt Ryan's hand there. He's done. Or did the mass break? No, it's his hand.
So the hand and wrist injuries are coming back again. So we'll have to switch catchers. We'll probably bring out Abe Mickle, I'm assuming. So we'll take a break, come right back here after they get everything situated here on MCSN. And we're back here. Abe Mickle has replaced Ryan Grunwald behind the plate. And Coakley will have an 0-1 count to Cragenbrink at the plate. Ball high, 1-1. For Cannon, that's his 50th pitch here in the second inning. Curveball hits every part of the strike zone and called 1-2. Like that one, huh?
Scoreboard keeper's nightmare. Delayed.
So high pop fly out past second base. Mangler drifts back, makes the catch to end the inning. Mustangs get 2 more runs on 2 hits, no errors, and there was 1 left on. We'll head to the top of the 3rd, and we come back on MCSN. And we go to the top of the 3rd. Cardinals trailing 2-4 to Mount Vernon. Cardinals will have up 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. King Cop will lead things off. Had a single back in the 1st. And the first pitch from Martin. Just a little high, 1-0. For Martin, that's his 30th pitch here. And the 1-0 swung on out in between center and right, but it's staying up high, giving the right fielder enough time to come over and make the catch. 1 down.
Now batting number 9, the pitcher, Cannon Coakley.
So number 9, Roy Hobbs, Cannon Coakley will be up. Lined out to second base in his first at bat. And Martin will start him off. Ball low, 1-0.
Pitch.
1-1 the count now as it evens it up.
That's the one he's going to swing at.
Fastball looked to be high, a little bit high and inside, but called strike 2, 1-2. Oh, tried the curveball and wrapped it right around Coakley. 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Coakley strikes out for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 5, shortstop Jack.
Bring up Jack Dossel, shortstop, who singled to center field and back in the first inning, which scored Ryan Grunwald. 2 down for the Cardinals here in the top of the third, trailing 2-4 to Mount Vernon. Curveball. Jack doesn't move, and it doesn't hit him. 1-0. Ball in the dirt. 2-0. So coming up later this week, Cardinals will travel to Goose Lake on Wednesday or tomorrow night. Take on the Northeast Rebels. Be a reserve varsity game at 5. Varsity game to follow. MCSN will have both of those. More than likely on tape delay though. And Thursday we're back home at Jack Marlowe Sports Complex to play the Vinton Schellsburg Vikings for a varsity doubleheader starting at 5. That varsity doubleheader on Thursday will be live on MCSN. I was talking earlier about next week being the busy week. We got Monday, we're at West Delaware for the boys. Tuesday, I'm trying to think. I have to look at that up.
Wallert.
Yeah, well, at Wallert. Wednesday, I'm doing softball varsity doubleheader against Marion at home on KMAQ and MCSN. Thursday, we're back at home for. Trying to think on that one now, too.
Don't we go to? Oh, we went to South Tama next Thursday.
Yeah, we go to South Tama on Thursday, so we'll have that on probably tape delay. And then Friday, I don't know if you're going to go, but if you want to, we'll be doing the South Tama game on KMAQ as well. As Dostal hits a hard ground ball to third base, goes under the third baseman's glove. Jack will be on.
Now batting number 3, designated hitter Bryce Hansen.
Anyway, on Friday next week, Bellevue versus Bellevue Marquette for KMAQ and MCSN. You have to clear your calendar and check it and get back to me on that if you can make it. But so 5 nights, 5 doubleheaders. Called strike 1 to Bryce Hansen. Bryce DHing for Thomas Crossland, the right fielder, grounded out to third back in the first inning. Did have an RBI on the play. Martin will throw over to Kragenbrink at first. Dostal back in time. And Martin with the 0-1. Swung on out towards center field. Oh! Brian Clark is able to run it down as it didn't have a lot of steam on it and makes the catch out past second base to retire the Cardinals, who scored no runs. There was no hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. We'll head to the bottom third when we come back. Mustangs leading the Cardinals 4-2 here on MCSN. And we're back here for the bottom of the third. 4-2, Mustangs on top of the Cardinals. And leading off would be the pitcher, Matt Martin. Matt reached on an error back in the first. And quickly is down 0-2 on first 2 pitches from Coakley. And a high pop fly out towards right center, curving off towards right field, but Kane caught the center fielder, has plenty of time to get underneath it and make the catch. There's one down. So I'll bring up the DH, Cale Merrill, who walked back in the first inning. There's a line drive out to center field, just out of reach of Dostal's glove at short for a single. Bring up the catcher, Nick Casey, who popped up to the first baseman to end the first inning in his first at bat. Curveball. Ooh, looked like, yep, he didn't. It took a while to get the call. That looked good, but 0-1 to Casey. Another curveball. Oh, that was more of a 12-6er, and that's called strike two.
I thought that bounced.
Just throw curveballs. If you can throw a curveball, it's a strike. Curveball again, called strike three. Throw a knuckler. Let's see what happens with that. And Coakley making quick work here in the third. Called strike one to Kyle Woods, who struck out back in the second. And that curveball got away from Mickle, and the plate to hit the dirt. That'll allow Merrill to go to second base. So it's 1-1 to Woods, the right fielder. Fastball inside, 2-1.
He has called that pitch a strike earlier.
Yep. That one was just a little more off the plate than the other ones that I've noticed. Fastball going back.
Call that a ball, too.
Throw the curveball. Forget about the heater, Ricky. Throw them the curveball. There's a ground ball. Chopper out to short. Dostal gloves it. Throw to first. In time, barely.
That was close.
But that'll retire the side. So for the Mustangs, they get no runs on one hit. There was no errors and one left. We'll head to the top of the fourth when we come back on MCSN. Go to the top of the fourth. 4-2 Mustangs lead. Cardinals have up Mangler, Scott, and Onan. Mangler will take first pitch, called strike one. Martin's 0-1 to Mangler. High ball 1-1. Guess I should not get too comfortable in calling stuff before I actually see him what he calls, huh? Because there's some that kind of
I wait to see if he starts to raise the arm or.
swing and a miss. Strike two, 1-2. And the 1-2. You know, if your catcher sets up outside and the catcher's don't move, and you hit it, you're gonna get the benefit of the doubt. And Mangler goes down, called, looking on strikes. For one down, bring up Caden Scott, a single to center field, and his first at bat back in the second. Martin will start him off with a curveball. Stay high, 1-0.
Oh, he called that a strike.
He called that a strike? Are you kidding me?
I don't know why you start right until you see the line. You gotta slow down.
Thank God I'm in the press box, not down yonder. Fastball outside and away, and that was must have been a ball. 1-1.
Oh, no, there goes strike.
Don't get me started. Catcher setting up outside. Scott swings and misses, 1-2. So Scott at the plate with a 1-2 count, one down. Catcher setting up outside. Swing and a miss. Caden goes down on strikes, 2 down. So I'll bring up Liam on, who was called out on strikes in his first at bat. That looked high, but strike one.
I thought that one was a pretty good pitch.
Well, it was a curveball, so it had to have been a strike. Just didn't break. It just went side to side. Fastball.
Strike two.
And the 0-2 to on. Just gets enough. Stays alive with 0-2. Casey setting up behind the plate outside again. That one's going to be low and outside in the dirt. And that is ball one, 1-2. So Martin with the 1-2 to on. Low in the dirt. Ball two, 2-2. Try and catch how many pitches he's at the end of this inning. I'm on, this will be pitch 57 if I'm correct, but I highly doubt it. 2-2 to on. There's a flying drive, takes a big bounce off the lip, but Ryan makes the play, throws out on and to end the inning. So the Cardinals go 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth when we come back on MCSN. So led to the bottom of the fourth. Mustangs still on top, 4-2. And due up will be number 9 hitter Colby Volsky, the third baseman. Skies one up behind the pitcher. Mangler drifting in, makes the catch, 1 down.
Next up for the Mustangs, number 4, center fielder
So
Blake
bring up the top of the
Booth.
order for the Mustangs. Center fielder Blake Booth was walked and singled and scored 2 of the 4 runs for the Mustangs. Curveball stays high and inside, 1-0. Another curveball inside. Fastball. Called strike 1, 2-1. Ground ball just foul of third. Makes the count 2-2. Curveball stays outside. Count goes full, 3-2. So by saving a pitch and putting him on at 3-2, brings up second baseman Ryan Clark, who has singled and doubled. And he squares the bunt, pitches inside. Ball gets away from Mickle and no play on the runner going to second. One down, bottom of the fourth. Mustangs on top, 4-2. Runner on at second. Pitch is high, ball 2, 2-0.
How do you get on walk?
Yeah, I think they just walked him on purpose when we got to 3-2 to save a pitch. Ground ball out to short. Dostal gonna take a perfect throw to get him and does do that. That does move the runner Booth over to third on the play.
Now up for the Mustangs, number 5.
But that'll get 2 down.
Ryan.
And bring up Paul Ryan, who's grounded out to third and grounded out to second. And Coakley will start him off. Fastball pulled, foul, third, 0-1. Ball low, 1-1.
Strike 2 on the outside part.
So 1-2 to Ryan, 2 down, runner at third. Mustangs on top, 4-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. Curveball
Good block by Mickle.
evens it at 2-2. And that one's going to get by Abe. Runner's coming down from third, and he'll score without a slide. And that'll make the count full on Paul Ryan, the shortstop, at the plate. So 5-2 now Mustangs. And called strike 3 on Ryan. It's the end of the inning, but unfortunately that pitch before that allowed another run by Booth, and so the Mustangs get 1 run. There was no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We'll head to the top of the 5th when we come back on MCSN.
Mitchell Rader.
Rader to lead off the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ooh. Pitch was outside, but called a strike. 0-2. Raider fouls the next one back. And swing and a miss. First out. I'll bring up Abe Minkle. He came in to replace Grunwald. So this will be his first at bat. First Abe is low, ball 1.
Batting for the Cardinals, number 18. And now the catcher, Abe Mitchell.
Abe fouls the next one back. 1-1.
1-1. High, swung on, 1-2. So Abe came into the game for Ryan Grunwald when he hurt his hand back in the 2nd inning. Stayed inside enough, 2-2.
Didn't call that one.
Abe on the season hitting .259, 3 RBIs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. And the 2-2 from Martin to Mickle. Called strike 3 for the 2nd down.
Looks like Thomas Crosland warming up.
Who's warming up?
Looks like Thomas Crosland.
Oh, that bullpen's way out there.
Yeah, it is. Good thing for him is he can just go to right field to start the inning, probably.
Who's the bullpen catcher out there?
Looks like Jack Bowman.
Jack Bowman, jack of all trades. So I bring up Kane Kopp, who was singled and flied out to right field. Takes first pitch, called strike one. There's a ground ball out to third base. Puts a glove on it. Martin covers nicely for the third out. Cardinals go 1-2-3 again, second straight inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Head to the bottom of the fifth. Cardinals trailing 5-2 to Mount Vernon on MCSN.
No runs, no errors, nobody left on.
And we're back here for the bottom of the fifth. Mustangs will be led off by Jack Kragenbrink, who has singled and popped up to second base.
Call the ball. So he didn't swing.
And the 1-0 swung on, popped out foul to the right side. 1-1. $95.
What's that?
95 on that one.
What hitter we have here?
4. Oh, that one's a deep one out to left field. Scott going back on it, trying to make a play.
Got it.
No, it hit it. He almost had it, and it dropped. Kragenbrink will be on for a double.
Double by Kragenbrink brings to the plate number 4.
Thought he was going to run that one down there.
He caught it.
Still the pitcher, Matt Martin.
This is a big outfield, though. Don't look like it from here, but it is. A lot of room out there.
It gets really big in the middle, so it's 355 to the power alleys. So that's big.
Called strike one to Matt Martin, who has reached on an error and flied out to center. Inside, 1-1. That was a curveball. He might have shot at a strike there. One and one. Called strike two. Ball in the dirt. Knocked down by Mickle. Count goes to 2-2. This will be pitch number 101.
Is it really?
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, hang on. No, it's not. 91. My bad.
91. Okay. See, I thought you had 83 or something.
My bad. Fouled away. Count stays 2-2. This is pitch number 174.
Feels like it.
No outs. Kragenbrink on its second. 2-2 count. Ground ball right up the middle. Is going to sneak through. Let's see if they're going to send the runner from third. They are. Cardinals will concede the run, keep the runner at first.
RBI single by Martin brings to play number 21, the designated hitter, Cale Merrill.
So that'll make it 6-2 Mustangs. And Cale Merrill, the DH, who has walked and singled to center in his 2 at-bats. Coakley throws over to first, checking Martin. It's back safely. There's a long foul ball, which in every sense of imagination is a long strike. And the 0-1 fastball called strike 2. And the 0-2 runner goes. Oh, they got him.
And the strikeout.
So a strike him out, throw him out scenario.
Now batting for the Mustangs, number 11, the catcher, Nick Casey.
So double play the unconventional way. 2 down now. Bases are empty. Coakley can go back to the windup to Nick Casey. There's a line shot over second base into right field for a single.
We haven't had a 1-2-3 inning at all, have we?
No, we were really close in the 3rd. There was 1 hit in that, but
Runs every inning.
close in the 3rd, close in the 4th. We had a walk in the 4th.
What's he have for pitches
To
now?
the plate, number 8.
90. This will be pitch 98 coming up. So at the plate's Kyle Woods, the right fielder who has been called out on strikes and grounded out to short. And a line drive right in the same spot that last batter just hit. This time Crossland's up with it. Throws behind the runner. Oh, didn't. Jack kind of lost track of where the runner was at. If he just reached down and tagged him, been out. But instead, everybody's safe.
Now batting for the Mustangs, number 9, third baseman, Colby.
So 2 on, 2 out. Volsky, number 9 hitter, third baseman, who has walked and popped up to second base, would be the batter. Big old round curveball called strike 1. Fastball, low and outside, 1-1. This pitch 100. Curveball. Oh, come on now. He threw a curveball. 2-1. So 3-1. I'd be throwing that now. Too late. As fast as that kid gets off that base, the way he's hopping and jumping,
Yeah, turn and
your
throw right
second
away.
baseman, stay at the bag. Called strike 3-2.
This is where we'd have the old catcher call it, you know,
Yeah.
turn and throw.
Yep. Drop the mitt.
He didn't swing. I thought he swung at that.
No. So I'll load him up. 2 down.
Now batting for the Mustangs, leadoff hitter, number 4, Center fielder Blake Booth.
Go back to the top of the order. Blake Booth, who has walked, singled, and walked. Called strike one. Fouled away, 0-2. So the Cardinals will have 3, 4, and 5 coming up in the top of the 6th. And ground ball out toward shortstop. Dostal with the glove, throws it to first, but calls him out. Woo, baby. That'll end the inning. Mustangs get one more run on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors, and there was 3 left. We'll head to the top of the 6th when we come back on MCSN.
For the Mustangs.
Go to the top of the 6th. Led off by Cannon Coakley, who has lined to second and struck out his 2 at bats. Cardinals trailing 6-2. Martin starts him off with a big old curveball, 0-1. Swung on out towards left field, drifting over the left fielder's head. Coakley will have another double on the season.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 5, shortstop Jack.
Sorry, I'm struggling emotionally a little bit right now.
Are you on the ledge? Your son just hit his 9th double of the season.
I know, but the pitching.
I hear you. I don't have to worry about those things.
I know it makes me. I'm an emotional wreck when he pitches.
That's what happens when your son wants to be the center of attention at every position in every sport.
Well, I always said I preferred, and he's probably get upset for me for saying this. I preferred if he didn't pitch in high school, but
There's a high pop fly by Dostal out towards left field. And making the catch out there is Nolan Brand for 1 out.
Next up for the Cardinals, number 3, designated hitter.
They'll bring up Bryce Hansen, the DH, grounded out to third and lined out to second. That's kind of odd. So you'd rather your son not pitch, and I always prayed that I wish mine could.
well, I never pitched.
There's
in
a
high
base
school.
hit. Coakley's got to be running. Unfortunately, he had to hold up to make sure it was going to drop.
He didn't know. That's where you got to look. He looked back. He should just maybe looked at his coach because I think Ray had a read on it right away.
We should have looked at us because I read it right away, too.
Number 10, second baseman Peyton Mangler.
So runners at first and third. Coakley at third. Hansen at first. And they'll bring up Peyton Mangler, the second baseman, who has grounded out to second and been called out on strikes. And now we're going to have a mound visit by Mount Vernon. So, did you happen to take a glance at the concession stand when you were over there?
I didn't. Hey, what's good here, guys?
Yeah, what's good at the concession stand?
Pork loin
Oh,
sandwiches?
that's right. You guys do the pork loins here. I remember that.
Okay. Is that what they got in the roaster and the aluminum foil is the pork sandwiches? Okay. Well, we're eaters, you know, so we...
Does it show? That's a nice, polite way of putting it. We're eaters.
We want to make sure we get the right thing. You know, you don't want to make a bad decision.
We come from families of 15 each. That's what it's like. And Mangler fouls off. First pitch to the right. For strike one, 0-1. One down, Coakley at third, Hanson at first. Cardinals trailing 6-2, top of the sixth.
Nope.
Ball gets away from first base, but that's probably a smart move. I don't think Cannon had enough of opportunity there anyway. You know, that's one thing we didn't pass down to our kids that we had, blazing, you know, world-class speed. And the 0-1 to Mangler. Outside.
I thought for sure that was a strike, but
I thought he was going to call it, but, I mean, he's lined up about, what, a foot off the base there. Throw back to first. Back in time is Hanson. Speaking of food, I got plenty of food left over at my house.
oh, you know, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, she cooked 70 pounds. I think we could have done half of that easily. All the way, 1 and 2. But then when you do that, you needed 70 pounds.
Yeah,
you know?
that's right. Yeah,
That's how it works.
Always better to have too much
So
than not enough.
here's the other thing, and this is where I screwed up. So I bought $100 worth of beer, and we drank 10.
10 beers total?
10
You know, I was gonna
no,
have one.
no, $10 worth. I was giving.
So you have beer left, is what you're saying?
Well, I was giving away door prizes of beer by the end of the night. Fouled away, 1 and 2. Yeah, my stepson took about a case and a half home with him. I got about two and a half cases at my house. That'll take me a year to drink that. I don't drink a lot of it anymore.
I don't either.
I actually drank more beer this week than I think I've done in the last 3 years combined. Fouled away again to the right side. So maybe, I think I'm going to be freezing a bunch of fajita and ground beef. And I think once a week, that's what I'm going to be having, twice a week. Fouled away again, stays alive, 1 and 2. But yeah, that's, you know, and the other thing is we still had a few cupcakes left over, and we didn't think we had enough at the beginning of the day either when we looked at it. And so I sent my daughter to go get a couple backups from Walmart just to bring out just in case at the end. Yeah, that was unnecessary.
How late did it go? How late did?
Well, my stepson and my daughter-in-law and their kids were the last ones to leave, of course, and they left about 5:30.
Oh, okay.
We hung out in the backyard for a while. All in all, it was a good day. I mean,
Yeah, I had to go get Melanie prepared to hit.
I seen some. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that probably in the second game. So don't let me forget that. If not, we get to it here in a little bit. There's a come on, get down. There it is, base hit from Mangler. That'll score Coakley. Hanson will go to third.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 6 left fielder, Caden Scott.
Well, no, home run ties it.
That ain't happening. Don't even put that out there.
Could happen.
I don't know in this park. He'd have to hit it right down that left field line.
What is it right down the line?
329. I mean, it would have to be right in that left field corner. I don't think he's got enough to hit 357. But he's going to sky it as far as he can in the infield. And that'll go to the second baseman for the second out.
Now batting number 15, first baseman Liam.
Told you not to say it.
Go ahead and say that'd be him.
2 down. Runners at first and second for the Cardinals, trailing 6-3 as I failed on the scoreboard again. And brings up Liam Onen. Called strike 1. Onen has been called out on strikes, grounded out to the shortstop. There's another high pop fly in the infield. And it's going to drift foul, and Martin will take it himself to retire the side. Cardinals get 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. We come back on MCSN. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Mount Vernon still on top of the Cardinals, 6-3. And leading off for the Mustangs will be second baseman Ryan Clark, who has singled, doubled, and grounded out to short. Thomas Crossland on the mound for the Cardinals now, and there's a ground ball out toward shortstop. Into center field for a base hit.
Single by Clark. Brings up number 5. Shortstop Paul Ryan.
So I'll bring up Paul Ryan. And Ryan is grounded out to third, grounded out to second, and been called out on strikes. Puts it in play towards first base. Liam On will glove it, take it himself.
Nice little play for first out.
3 unassisted for the first out. Clark will move to second on the play.
Now batting for the Mustangs, number 6, first baseman Jack.
And for Thomas Crossland, this will be his 6th appearance on the season in 10 2/3 inning, a 6.56 ERA. So I'll bring up Craig and Brink, who hits a little ground ball, confirms over to the shortstop, and then Dossel throws it wide at first base. The Mustangs get that run back as Clark will score on the error.
Now batting for the Mustangs, number 1, still pitching, Matt Martin.
Bring up the pitcher, Matt Martin. Martin, who has reached on an error, flied out to center and singled to center. And it's inside, I guess, ball 1. Two and 0.
Strike. 2-1. A little double play ball. No? Yes?
Well, you know, I'm always all for it.
Uh-oh. Oh, got him.
Good throw will get him. And it's there, plenty of time. And Mangler still has the ball in the glove, shows it. And Craig and Brink is thrown out for the 2nd time. So 2 down, nobody on. And a 3-1 count to Martin at the plate. Now, you don't want to throw a ball here after you got the runner pegged. You want to make him put it at least in play. And ball 4 to Martin.
Now batting for the Mustangs, number 21, designated
Bring up
hitter,
Kale
Cale
Merrill,
Merrill.
DH, who has walked, single to center, and been called out on strikes. Mickle will have a talk with Crossland on the mound. So we were alluding before about you getting ready to hit. So you went and played in the Prairie League game. Who'd you play for?
Bellevue.
Oh, it was Bellevue. Up at Farley?
Yeah.
Swing and a miss by Merrill, 0-1. So it's 4 decades of Coakley playing in a Prairie League game?
Yeah. Got my first hit as a 46-year-old.
1 for 3, huh?
Yeah.
Where'd you hit it?
Right up the middle, right past the pitcher line drive.
Of course, it was a line drive. That's probably the weakest duck snort that they saw
No,
all day, wasn't
I
it?
actually hit it hard. Because, with my speed, the center fielder probably could have got it.
Well, I was just going to ask you. You were limping around like
I'm
you were
sorry.
on your last legs, and so did you actually make? How did they try and throw you out from center field?
No.
I wouldn't be much better.
But, I got to second. I can't remember. This guy walked. Then there was a ground ball to third baseman, so I was running as hard as I could.
There's a hard line drive. It voids Dostal's glove. Scott gets over to it, comes up throwing to the cutoff man, but not in time to get the runner going to third in Martin. So Merrill with his second hit of the day. Runners at the corners with 2 outs and brings up the catcher, Nick Casey, who has popped up to the first baseman, been called out on strikes, and singled to center.
Pitch runner for Merrill, Ike Appleton, number 16.
You are my hero, though, as the mini Minoso of the Prairie League.
At the plate for the Mustangs.
I would kill just to play in one game, but I haven't played a baseball game, and
So what did anyone else do?
he was the old guy that kept coming back at least once every 10 years in a decade to play for the White Sox and take his obligatory at bat so they could say he played. I think he did it for 60 years.
Really?
Yeah. Might have been more. I'm not sure.
No, I'm not going to lie.
Well,
Fun getting out there.
we'll come back after the choo-choo goes through because he's not a fast mover. Down on the field, it's a 1-1 count. I lost track of how many pitches Thomas has thrown, too. And all this excitement about Chad going 1 for 3. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. I think my last baseball game I played in was 2002. I think the last softball game was 2005.
Well, after a couple of years, you kind of forget what it feels like to be in the box.
Ground
See
ball out to Mangler to get Casey. Finish your thought?
We'll finish when we come back.
All right, we'll come back here on MCSN for the top of the 7th. Cardinals have 3 outs remaining to try and get back into this one. As I screwed up on the scoreboard again, sorry, it's 7-3 as we go to the top 7th on MCSN. And we go to the top of the 7th. Cardinals have 3 outs to play with, down 4 runs. And we'll have 9-1-2 in the order, led off by Mitchell Rader, who pops it out past second base into right field. Right fielder calls off a second baseman, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 down. So the level 3 team played a home game against.
Swept today, Mount Vernon, and in the first game, Sean Swanson had a 2-run walk-off home run to win it. Cardinals were down 5-4 and won 6-5 on the home run. And
Well,
then
that's
the
good news.
Second game, it was 10-0.
Made Mickle
Cardinals.
ground ball at the 3rd, and quickly with 2 pitches, there's 2 downs.
Brady Pauls through that game. Cade Steffen got the win in the first game, and then Brady Pauls through
Number 2, center fielder.
shutout in the second game. So when they play tomorrow, it'll be level 2 against Mount Vernon again. So
Is that going to be in Maquoketa?
that's in Maquoketa again. Yep.
All right, so if you hear this in the morning and can get back, and get it in time, 12 o'clock start, Maquoketa,
12 o'clock start.
Maquoketa baseball field for level 2, Mount Vernon at Maquoketa.
I did record the level 3 games. I'll be uploading them later, hopefully.
You can put those in MCSN too?
Yeah, I'm gonna put them on 2. I've got a few games to upload. I just haven't got any of them done yet. And then tomorrow, I probably won't get there till the second game, so I'll try and record that and get it up.
So the Cardinals down to their final out with Kane Kopp, who has singled, flied out to right, and grounded out to the first baseman, and quickly down 0-1, and popped up and out of play. I'm getting for an 0-2 count. So I seen Kane took the first pitch. I guess taking until you get a strike when you're down.
Mitchell swung at the first pitch, so
So did Abe. Guess that's not a thing anymore because you rarely see it anymore.
no, you don't.
Heck, I use that strategy in youth ball, and I've seen it work so many times.
Yeah,
And that's a Coach Nelson thing.
yeah. Well, boy, and you were disciplined. You didn't.
Oh, yeah. You swing at that first one, you weren't playing game 2 if there were
I'm amazed
next
people
game.
that swing 3-0 nowadays too.
Yeah.
We never were allowed to do that.
Didn't matter who you were. And 2-2 to Kopp.
That was a close one too. Even the catcher was looking back for. He didn't looking for the arm to go up.
And Kopp drives one out to center field. Center fielder gives chase, reaches up with the glove, makes the catch, and that'll end game 1. Cardinals fall 7-3 to the Mount Vernon Mustangs. They'll drop Maquoketa to 7-12, 4-8 in the WaMaC. Mount Vernon will go 9-6, 7-4 in the WaMaC. We'll be back in about a few minutes. Well, I guess it don't matter if we're doing tape delay. We'll be back with game 2 here in a little bit on MCSN.